Hello, this is Jordan from Sidr Real Estate talking about Expo City today. Expo City, one of the safest investments you can make in Dubai currently, whether you're an international investor or a first-time investor in Dubai. An unbelievable ROI that I don't think any other area can beat currently. We're looking at a 15% gross ROI that can scale even further as time goes on. Let's dive into it and let me explain why this is such an amazing investment currently. In this video, I'm going to again try and keep it as short as possible. I'm going to give a very quick overview of the project, which we're talking about today, which is Sidr Residences, the area which is Expo City Dubai. We'll go into the developer very briefly, the background, the project, the location, and then we'll dive into the numbers, the prices, and the ROI yield we can expect as an investor and why it's such a good investment. So let's go straight into it. And I think the first thing I want to highlight, if you're an investor that's looking to maximize capital appreciation or you're looking for a quick flip, this is not the investment for you. This is a longer term goal and we're looking at achieving an ROI here. We're not looking to flip it on the handover. This is a much different type of investment to that. So if you're someone that's looking for that, don't waste your time watching this video. It's not going to be of interest to you. We can have a look at some other options. But if you're an investor that's a long-term holder that wants to see an incredible ROI, that wants to generate a cash flow on your investment, you're not going to find anything better than this. So very quickly, let's talk about the developer. The developer is the government. Expo is government owned. The government are developing it. It's already built. It pretty much looks like this already. Obviously, there's still some areas coming. This is the project Sidr Residences, which we're going to talk about today, but Al Wasl Dome is there already, Terra is there already, so yeah, it's an already existing community, but yeah, it's the government behind this, it's fully government funded, so yeah, you know, as an investor, when you're looking for a safe investment, you want to go with where the government are putting their money. That's going to help you sleep at night very easily, knowing that the government are pouring, they've already poured $2.7 billion into this area and have announced further government spending. So yeah, you can't get safer than that. There's obviously private developers which are launching in the market, but in terms of the buyer, we know it's booming. The government are the ones that are the catalyst behind that growth. Following where the government is putting their money is never going to be a bad decision. So the actual project and location. So Expo City is located in Dubai South. Dubai South is a very promising area. As we know, we have obviously Emaar South, which is next to the new Al Maktoum Airport, which is in Dubai South. Al Maktoum Airport planned to be the biggest airport in the world, gets in some of the biggest investment from the government. Expo City is strategically positioned to be the new hub, and they're calling it the future of Dubai because of how strategically located it is. Expo is part of the government's 2040 Dubai urban plan, seen as the key hub for driving and achieving their economic agenda. We have the D33 economic agenda, and Expo is seen as a key hub. You can go and Google it for yourself. You can type in, have a look at the D33 economic agenda. You can have a look at the 2040 urban master plan. You're going to see Expo is heavily mentioned. So I'm not going to dive into too much detail about that, but the area is 3.5 square kilometers. It's planned to house more than 35,000 residences and 40,000 professionals. It's already headquarters to Siemens, NG, Nestle, Emirates, and hundreds more businesses are planned to come and set up in Expo and start operating out of there and setting up their headquarters. Importantly, it's located in Dubai South, a very, very promising area, receiving a ton of investment from the government and private developers alike, such as Emaar. In October last year, the government announced their largest budget ever, with $272 billion of government spending planned. In the next 2 years, that is $74 billion. That's a mind-boggling amount of money the government are planning to put into Dubai and continue this incredible growth as a city we're seeing, not of course just in real estate, but in all different sectors. 46% of that $74 billion is planned to go into infrastructure. That means improving existing roads and bridges, but also building new roads, metro, the airport, which I've talked about. What is that going to do for Dubai as a city? It's going to improve its interconnectivity and the areas that are going to benefit most are the more emerging areas like Dubai South, where this new huge airport's going to come. I know a lot of people mention, they use the airport as such like a buzzword, oh, the airport's coming, price is going to rise. But you have to look at, like, it's not the airport, ultimately who's going to be working at the airport? Are they going to be buying the sorts of apartments or villas? Probably not. But what is the benefit of the airport is all the infrastructure that's going to be built to connect that airport, and Dubai South is going to be the one that benefits, including Expo, which is very strategically located to benefit from all this government spending. So that's the key point to note. That's the area in a nutshell. In terms of Expo, I'm sure many people watching this video have either been to Expo or have heard of Expo, but it's an existing community. It's very pedestrian friendly. It's a walkable area. Lots of exciting plans for the area, including improving how walkable it is. They plan to have like an air-conditioned tunnel system, so it can even be a walkable community during the summer. Either way, there's a buggy service to residences. There's already tons of F&B, retail, restaurant shops. There's going to be markets coming there. There's going to be future entertainment hubs coming there. They're building an Expo Forest. They've already launched villas in the community which have sold out. So I think that also is a testament to how people see this as an area to use for end users. But yeah, Expo is a very, very nice community. It hosts a lot of events already. You have the Al Wasl Dome, which is a huge entertainment dome, already hosts things like the Christmas markets in Dubai, etc. So we have all of this going on in this amazing master plan. You have the Expo Business Centre, Expo Hills, Expo Fields, Expo Downtown, like I said, Expo Valley, that's where the forest is coming up as well. And I pointed that earlier, but this is where Sidr Residences, the project we're talking about today. So in terms of Sidr Residences, we'll throw some images on the screen, the importance, but the key things we need to know is the handover date is Q4 2027. There's 3 towers, 1, 2, and 3. 1 is sold out. 2, there is very limited availability left of 2 bedrooms, and then 3 will be the next and final launch of Sidr Residences. Starting price for 1 bedroom is 2 million dirhams, 2 bedrooms starting from 2.5 million dirhams. The payment plan is 70/30 with 2 years post handover payment plan. Amazing from a government developer to be giving a post handover payment plan on this project. So I know some people may think for this area that, you know, we have Emaar that launched their 1 bedrooms, I believe, are 1.15 million in this area last year, but we have to look that Sidr Residences is in the heart of Expo, walking distance to Al Wasl Dome and walking distance to the exhibition center. And I'm going to come on to why this is so critically important later in this video, and why 2 million on a post handover payment plan is still an unbelievable investment opportunity. In terms of the sizes as well, 1 bedrooms are close to 1,000 square foot. Very, very generous sizing. Where else can you find 1,000 square foot 1 bedrooms in Dubai? And 2 bedrooms about 1,400 square foot. So let's dive into why this is a good investment. I've gone through this at a very high level, but let's look at some bullet points. We know it's a safe investment. It's an existing community. It's government backed. They're going to deliver the project. It's a ready area. There's existing infrastructure. There's already the metro line is there. So that's something that residents can benefit from already. It's a walkable community. How many walkable communities are there really in Dubai? This is one of those. Again, so it's very end user friendly. It's located in the south, which is undergoing a ton of government investment. Dubai South as an area is planned to generate 35% of GDP by 2030. I've mentioned the businesses it's hosting, the amount of residents and professionals, 35,000 residents, 45,000 professionals is planned to live in Expo. We can also actually have a look at the history of Expo cities. If we look at Shanghai and Seville, that were previous Expo cities, they've since seen a capital appreciation of between 25 and 60%. I'm not saying you can directly compare Expo City Dubai, but that is something we can look at, how previous Expo cities have performed versus what we can expect from Dubai. Dubai is a very unique user case, but again, we can see that previous Expo cities have done very well post-investment, from a capital appreciation perspective. And I think Expo City Dubai is perfectly positioned to also benefit from all the amazing things and government spending, etc., investment that Dubai is doing currently. But the most important, which I'm going to dive into now, we'll jump onto the whiteboard, is the numbers and the supply, the demand, the economics behind this investment and why it's such an incredible opportunity. So I've talked about on a high level the project, the area. I know in my previous videos I've probably gone into a bit more detail. I've gone through like the map and the location, but I just think for this specific project, when we look at the numbers, it's such a no-brainer. It's such a bulletproof investment. It's a real gem. And of course, if you're invested in a bit more details about location, the project, the materials, the floor plans, I can send that all to you. You can, I'll put my number on the screen now. You can message me on that. My contact details will always be in the description. So if you want those materials, we can go through them. Or of course, if you want to actually visit Expo, see it for yourself, see the model and the master plan, that's even better and something we can arrange. But let's dive in to the economics and the ROI we can achieve on this just phenomenal investment. So we're going to take a look at supply, and then we're going to take a look at demand. So let's first start with the demand. So the most important thing about Expo is the fact that the exhibition center is going to be moving to Expo City. They've planned in 2026 that the exhibition center is going to host 300 events per year, attracting 2.5 million visitors, 2026. By 2032, they're planning to host 600 events, 5 million visitors. That is a ton of traffic coming into Expo. And what's really important is these will be unique visitors. These are going to be completely separate events on separate days, unique to different business professionals. So they're not going to be, potentially there'll be some crossover, but they're unique visitors is my point. And to really explain what I'm trying to say is if we look at, say, the statistics or the data for footfall into the airport, for example, that's going to have a lot of people that are coming here repeatedly on holiday, maybe coming to see family, coming to do shopping. Those are going to be a lot of repeat visitors. Here we can say these are going to be unique visitors. So that's a really important point to mention. But 2.5, 2026, 2032, targeting 5 million visitors into Expo. Now, what is the supply and who is going to cater for these visitors that are going to come to this exhibition center? What exists in Expo currently? And when I'm talking about what exists in Expo currently, very importantly, I'm talking about what is in the heart of Expo and in walkable distance to Al Wasl Dome, a huge entertainment hub within Expo. And of course, most importantly, the exhibition center where these visitors are actually going to go and experience these events. What's in walkable distance? Currently, we have Rove Hotel, which is a 4-star hotel right next to Al Wasl Dome. This is the only hotel that's operating currently in Expo. It's a low-rise building, about 15 floors, with about 150 apartments currently. Now, they've recently announced that the building next to Rove, again right next to Al Wasl Dome, is going to be converted into a 5-star hotel. Very similar makeup in terms of the building and floor level and sizes. So again, another 150 apartments. In total, we have 300 apartments servicing 2.5 million visitors. Now, of course, this is not perfect. There's going to be other options. People can stay in the marina, for example, but what else is in walkable distance? Only Rove and this 5-star hotel. So taking the 300 apartments, the 2.5 million visitors, there's a huge imbalance. The supply cannot cope with this demand, which is bingo for investors. And now let's look at the numbers. So in Rove today, you can rent a studio for 700 dirhams per night. Now, as I'm recording this today, obviously it's Ramadan, it's March. If you go and look, it'll probably be a much lower rate, but that's because it's Ramadan, nothing's happening. Have a look when events are on. This is what they're charging: 700 dirhams per night for a studio for one person. Now, in Sidr, the size of a one bedroom is 980 square foot. So, put 980 square foot, one bedroom for Sidr. That's a huge and very generous size for one bedroom. You can easily get another sofa bed or bed in your one bedroom apartment, meaning it can host a minimum of 2 people in your one bed apartment. 2 people. Now, Rover charging 700 dirhams per night for one person. We're going to have 2 people, and let's assume we charge 1,000 dirhams per night. And this is a very conservative figure because we know that when the exhibition center is there and these events are going on, we can guarantee the hotel is going to double their rate to 1,400 dirhams or maybe more. But just for the purpose of this assumption, 700 dirhams, one person. We're having 2 people at 1,000 dirhams. Divide 1,000 by 2 people, that's 500 dirhams per person. So we're already charging a cheaper rate than our competitors. We're charging 200 dirhams less per person. So that makes our apartment far more attractive. And again, it's still in walkable distance. And it's a brand new apartment as well. So we've got our numbers, that's our rate, 1,000 dirhams per night. We know how many events are going to be held. So again, forget the business professionals, forget people that want to just visit Expo City or live in Expo City, forget all of that. We're just looking purely on a short-term basis at the exhibition center. And this is why it's just such an amazing investment. So 300 events per year, that means at a minimum, we're going to have an occupancy rate of 300 days per year due to these events. And our rate is 1,000 dirhams. Therefore, 1,000 dirhams, 300 days, our take home, 300,000 dirhams per year minimum. A one bedroom in Expo Sidr Residences is starting 2 million dirhams, and this is our return. All in plus DLD, call it 2.1 million. That's a 15% gross return on investment. That's our ROI. We're looking at 15% return on investment. Where else in Dubai can you get a 2 million dirham apartment on a 2-year post-handover payment plan that's giving you a gross yield of 15%? The answer is nowhere. We can't find this anywhere. This is just an absolute gem of investment, and it's just something you really need to dig into the numbers, and it's not even that hard once you break it down. The numbers are there. The events, the exhibition center, it's there. The number of visitors, it's there. The existing supply, we can see it for ourselves. The existing rate, we can see it for ourselves. This figure is a very, very conservative figure, and we know that the visitors are planned to increase. What do you think is going to happen to this number? Bearing in mind inflation, bearing in mind increasing demand, what do you think is going to happen to this number? It's going to shoot up. Of course, there's other planned developments in the area, but it just still will be nowhere near enough to satisfy the demand of all this influx of footfall into the exhibition center. So this is a huge gem of an opportunity. So if you need any further details, you have any questions about what I've talked about here, please feel free to reach out to me. In terms of availability, so there's 3 buildings in Sidr Residences. Building 1 is sold out. Building 2, there's very limited 2 bedrooms available, and building 3 will be launched in the near future. Obviously, with limited 1 bedrooms and 2 bedrooms, they are accepting EOIs already for 1 bedrooms. But yeah, if you're a first-time investor or a repeat investor and you want to generate a very, very legitimate 15% return on investment gross, please reach out to me. I'll be happy to send you any details, have a further call with you. We can go down to the Expo sales centers to have a look at the model. They've got show apartments as well, so you can see the quality. It's beautiful. It's really, really nice. It's going to do really, really well. So please reach out to me if you need any more information, and I'll see you in the next video.